One of the most underrated players for the Detroit Lions is Kalif Raymond. Woo! You know, man, it's wild because we're living in a season in which the Lions are just offensively potent. Like, I don't know if there's a better word for it in my mind than potent. Every time we take the field, every time we took the field last year under Ben Johnson, like, you just knew it was going to be fun, right? That creative game style, the creative gameplay, watching Gibbs come into his own. Amon-Ra St. Brown getting that big contract, becoming who he is. Seeing J-Mo rip off those bombs, Goff finding that chemistry with J-Mo. You have Sam Laporta, who took a step back for sure, but he didn't have as many targets. He wasn't really looked at as much last year as I think he should have been. And I think we're going to see that this year, as Sam Laporta is going to be a big part of the offense in comparison to last year. But there is a guy, there is a man who wears Honolulu blue who is so underrated, undervalued, I think, by the casual fan. You know, I'm not saying this is you. I'm not saying this is you. I'm saying there is a level of casual fandom where people do not realize how pivotal Kalif Raymond really is to this squad. How pivotal he is every given Sunday. Man, you look at him on special teams with punt returns. The man is just, like, I've got stats and we'll kind of go over them, but even as a weapon, as a wide receiver, he's catching that ball 75, 85% of the time. He doesn't see a lot of targets, might see 3 to 6 targets in a game, depending. But, like, I'm looking last year against Tampa, he's 3 for 4. Against Seattle, 1 for 1. Dallas, 4 for 6. Minnesota, 3 for 4. Tennessee, 2 for 2. Green Bay, 1 for 1. Jacksonville, 2 for 2. Indy, 0 for 1. And then Minnesota, again, 1 for 1. Postseason in the playoffs, 3 for 3. I mean, you break that down. Yeah, it's not a lot of targets, but when he is called upon, he is dependable, period. He's a guy that honestly I want to see get the ball more. And he puts on the block. The man lays down his, 6-foot body. Like, he looks small out there, but he gives it everything every single time. He is the perfect representation of Dan Campbell's Detroit Lions and that grittiness. A guy who was casted away, seen as, you're not good enough, you're too small, you're not fat, like you're kind of moving on, moving past. Lions bring him in, and he is a dependable Swiss Army knife. Again, laying blocks. Again, when called upon as a receiver, he's catching the ball. He's catching the ball 80% of the time. 80% of the time, it's a catch coming from Kalif. And I mean, that's dependable. That's dependable. Now, coming into 2025, coming into this season, I believe his salary cap is just shy of $7 million, right? $7 million. That's a pretty big deal for a guy who's, wide receiver 3? Now with Tesla coming in, wide receiver 4, arguably. His dependability is there, but you got Saint, you got J-Mo, you bring in Tesla, and now you've got Kalif and Tim Patrick kind of going, battling for that other position, whether that's wide receiver 3 or 4. Some people will point to Tim Patrick, but I mean, as great as Tim Patrick is, I'm going to take Kalif Raymond over Tim Patrick every day because you also get the special teams. You also get the punt returner side of Kalif. Now, I know that he's got like $1 million guaranteed or something like that, but he's 30 years old. This is the last year of his contract. This might be it for Kalif Raymond. And I hate that. I hate that because he has been dependable and he's been one of those guys who's put his nose to the grindstone since the day he got here. He was one of those pivotal, like Jamal Williams type of guys in changing the culture, changing the attitude, a guy who is willing to say, I've got a second chance and I'm going to give it everything I got. And he has proven it. Last year of the contract, though, 30 years old, and the Lions are bolstering that wide receiver room. I think he's undervalued by the fans, but I believe he is worth the value in which we are paying him. And I am scared for his future here in Detroit. This very well could be Kalif Raymond's final run with the Lions. I hope it's not, but the man would have to be willing to come back for less based on how does Tesla do. How's the wide receiver room looking at the end of the season? But that is a future problem. That's not for right now. Something I do want to make clear, though, is watching the game, look for 11. If you're one of those casual fans who's kind of like, oh, yeah, like, keep your eye out. Really pay attention, and you will see, again, the way he lays blocks, the way he's... The man is a Detroit Lion through and through. I would love to see him brought back. He is 30 years old, so you've got that aspect of it. There's a lot happening here with Kalif, and he's one of my favorite players. I don't want to see him go. Or at least let's get that Super Bowl before it's time for him to go. But that's my most undervalued player by the fans. Drop yours in the comments. Who's a guy that you look at that you're like, yo, that man, he isn't seen. People kind of skirt over him. You're watching the game and people don't notice him. Drop him in the comments. I look forward to hearing what you got to say. But before I let you go, just want to let you know I'm introducing something new, something fun, I hope. I have a call-in number. There it is at the bottom of the screen. Maybe. I'm going to drop it in the description as well. But that number is 313-486-0292. Again, that's 313-486-0292. Call that number. Drop your thoughts, drop your questions, drop your concerns for the Detroit Lions heading into this season. I would love to be able to answer those. We're just going to use that as basically a content generator and to get you involved in the show. Let me know your name or even your YouTube avatar name if that's something you'd rather do. But yeah, leave a voicemail and I'll play it on the show. Again, I'll kind of sift through them, pick which ones we want to use. And if I don't pick it, don't feel bad. Call again. Call again with another question. Like, don't let that limit you. Mondays will be a day in which I film with the roundtable couple fellas, and we'll also play those, and we'll answer a few of those questions. Again, kind of like a content generator. But, yeah, call that number, 313-486-0292. It's in the description as well. I look forward to hearing from you. And really, I just want to take this further. I want to take the community aspect further. Also, tell me your favorite beer. And if you're not a beer guy, your favorite whiskey, vodka, whatever. And if you're not an alcohol guy, your favorite coffee. Where should I be going and buying my coffee? At the moment, it's Aldi. Just because I'm trying to save money. And, that's...